pay attention to me.
Good evening, folks. Welcome one and all. Welcome one and all to our Monday night program. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to share and let your friends know, and click like and whatever, all those things you do on Facebook and on YouTube. Thank you for being with us. I'll do a few favorite songs here tonight. My energy is at a low ebb. I've been going along on the road a good while, and a lot of shows in a row. And I shall keep it kind of brief tonight. And thank you for tuning in. We'll start with this one, written by my friend Dan Kraft and myself. Called Heart Like the Morning. The storm is rolling in across Lake Pontchartrain. The sky is red and angry, and I damn well feel the same. Janie, can't you hear me? I've called 1,000 times. I know you're out there somewhere. Won't you change your mind? Janie, can you tell me why you had to leave? Give me some kind of reason, put my mind at ease. 8 ways to Sunday, girl, you tore my world apart. You left me like you found me, with another broken heart. And a whippoorwill at evening time sings a lonesome song. Bluebird in the morning told me you were gone. Like you, they will fly away. I wish I could too. My heart, like the morning, slowly turns to blue. I sit here and wonder, well, I may never know. You hurt my heart so many times, why can't I let it go? The sun is coming up now, a new day has begun. Raindrops on my window, count them one by one. And the whippoorwill at evening time sings a lonesome song. Bluebird in the morning told me you were gone. Like you, they will fly away. I wish I could too. My heart, like the morning, slowly turns to blue. And the whippoorwill at evening time sings a lonesome song. Bluebird in the morning told me you were gone. Like you, they will fly away. I wish I could too. My heart, like the morning, slowly turns to blue. Whippoorwill at evening time sings a lonesome song. Thank you, Dan Kraft. Good. Thank you, friends.
It's fine.
One of my earworms this week. There's a port in a western bay that serves 100 ships a day. Lonely sailors pass the time away, talking about their home. There's a girl in the harbor town. She works laying whiskey down. They say, brandy, fetch another round. Serves men whiskey and wine. They say, brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. Yeah, your eyes could steal the sailor from the sea. Brandy wears a braided chain made of finest silver from the north of Spain, and the locket bears the name Said, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. But my life, my love, and my lady is the sea. Brandy used to watch his eyes as he told the sailors stories. She could feel the ocean fall and rise. She could feel the straits and glory. Oh, but he had always told the truth, but he was an honest man. And Brandy does her best to understand. And at night, when the bars goes down, Brandy walks through a silent town and loves a man who's not around. She still can hear him say, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. But my life, my love, and my lady is the sea. Why was I going so fast? I don't know. I do everything too fast. Did you find it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Did you know that somebody named Vern Gosselin?
Vern Gosselin recorded it, yeah.
Yeah.
My wife and I had an idea of a song that I recorded years ago now, and she said she might try to find it on the tablet over there.
Ready for it?
Oh, sure. We used to play every Sunday night at Dunleavy's on Sullivan's Island. We'd have all these people come and sit in, and we'd have 6 or 8 musicians across the front of the building and just having the time of our lives, lots of fun, and lots of friends and lots of music. And there's a bluegrass guy who used to come in and sit in all the time, and he would sing this song, but I couldn't figure out who had done it, and he never would tell me because he was being secretive about it. So, but I know this person that knows all the answers to stuff like that, called the internet, and I Googled it, and the song is an old bluegrass standard for some people, and it was written by a guy named Tony Leola, and it was covered by Vern Gosselin, if you remember him, and before he was all that and a country singer like George Jones, he was tied deeply into the bluegrass scene. I met him one time in Nashville. Anyway, this is a great old tune called I Know the Way to You by heart. As a boy, I believed it was best just to leave with my shirt on my back, my heart on my sleeve. It was time I was out on my own. I left you and I left home. I slept in some cars, I slept in some bars, and I slept in the arms of some fast falling stars. There ain't been one dream that's come true since I left home and I left you. Just one memory is warm in the dark. Just one light comes on, though I'm lost. There's one thing I found. I know the way to you. I know the way to you. I know what I'm feeling for you is real, like the palm of my hand on this old stirring wheel. I'm still out here on the road, but I've come down thanks to you. Now I'm homeward bound in the cold. Just one memory is warm in the dark. Just one light comes on, though I'm lost. great song. Verna Jordan and me used to sing that song all the time. My good buddy Verna Jordan, God rest him. He's gone on to glory, as we say. He's gone on to glory. He and Miss Pat have both passed on. But boy, didn't we have a lot of fun singing that song and this one and the other one, including a couple of old John Prine songs we would sing all the time. Yes.
Some of these guys are saying that it sounded fine on their end.
Yeah.
Do you want me to try it again?
Yeah, why not try it again? He's got nothing to lose on trying it again.
Yeah, I'll try it again.
We were having trouble. You know, sometimes we have trouble with our monitoring here in this room, and it's okay out there. But we're going to take another crack at it. Here's a little song from Ireland. By a lonely prison wall, heard a young mad girl calling, Michael, they have taken you away, for you stole Trevelyan's corn, so the young might see the morn. Now a prison ship lies waiting in the bay, and lo, lie, fields of wet and rye, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's lonely round the fields of Athenry. By a lonely prison wall, I heard a young man calling, nothing matters, Mary, when you're free. Against the famine and the crown, I rebel, they ran me down. You must raise our child with dignity. And oh, lie, fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's lonely round the fields of Athenry. Watch the last star falling as a prison ship sailed out against the sky. For she lives in hopes and praise for her love and Botany Bay. It's lonely round the fields of Athenry. And lo, lie, fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's lonely round the fields of Athenry. Lonely round the fields of Athenry. Sure. Okay, so we're going live now back on the YouTube and see if it works. See if it works. Checking one, checking one, checking 111. We're live on YouTube again. Going to try it again. We've tried to fix the audio, see if it works. Our great friend Joy Edwards up in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, is going through a lot of health concerns, and it is my belief she has surgery tomorrow. I think it is, isn't it, Cherry? I think it is tomorrow. And so we're going to sing one of the songs, one of several songs that we sing for herself and her hubby Steve every now and then, are great friends of ours for a long time. We'll do this one. When you ask how I've been here without you, I like to say I've been fine, and I do. But we both know the truth, it's hard to come by. And if I told the truth, it's not quite true. Some days are diamonds, some days are stars. Sometimes the hard times won't leave me alone. cold wind blows a chill in my bones. Some days are diamonds, some days are stone. Now the face that I see in my mirror, more and more is a stranger to me. More and more I can see there's a danger of becoming what I said I'd never be. Some days are diamonds, some days are stone. Sometimes a hard time won't leave me alone. Some days a cold wind blows a chill in my bones. Some days are diamonds, some days are stone. Some days are diamonds, some days are stone. Some days are diamonds, and some days are stone. Used to sing that for Sammy Lassiter, too. Remember, Cherokee?
Yeah.
Our buddy Sammy went on, too. He was my roommate in college. Well, one of several roommates in college. I grew up in a small house and a big family. 5 kids, 2 parents, 1 bathroom. Boys, go outside. Anyway, in that small house with a big family, there might have been only one little place that was all yours and yours alone. Nobody could go in there. And it was just a tiny little shoebox. There it was, right there. Tiny little King Edward box. Hidden in my closet, right up near the top. Back behind some records, there's an old King Edward box. Inside it are some treasures kept down through the years. No one else in this whole house even knows it's here. It holds the precious souvenirs I've had most all my life, like my lucky wooden nickel and my first real pocket knife. There's an arrowhead from a riverbed, Grandpa's railroad watch. There's a lifetime of memories in that old King Edward box. Don't know where it came from, can't think back that far. No one in my family even smoked cigars. It's just always been here with me, and always will, I guess. 'Cause I wouldn't take love nor money for that cardboard treasure chest. It holds the precious souvenirs I had most all my life, like that picture of my mom when she became my daddy's wife. There's an arrowhead from a riverbed, Grandpa's railroad watch. There's a lifetime of memories in that old King Edward box. One day when it's my turn to go and meet the Maker, and they're sending me off to the promised land, my only request is that someone would remember, put that old cigar box in my hand. It holds the precious souvenirs I've had most all my life, like that picture of my mom when she became my daddy's wife. There's an arrowhead from the riverbed, Grandpa's railroad watch. It's a lifetime of memories in that old King Edward box. Lifetime of memories in that old King Edward box. Written by a buddy of ours when I was living and working in Nashville. Met him up there. He's from Lufkin, Texas. Lufkin, Texas. King Edward box.
Now they are telling me on YouTube it is garbly and in and out.
It's crapping out, yeah. Well, we're sorry it's not working on the YouTube, friends. Sorry about that. Yeah, we have to try something else next week, I guess. But by the way, boys and girls, I won't be here next week. As the face would have it, I will be in Charleston Wednesday night at Tommy Condon's, my usual Wednesday night job. But I have a small spot of skin cancer right there on my wrist, right where my wrist turns. And Friday coming, your man there in Charleston is going to take out a piece of skin about the size of a silver dollar, and take a piece of skin about the size of a silver dollar from up here, and put it down there anyway. So I will not be in a position to play music for several days. So I shan't be here Monday coming. I will not be. Chances are I won't be at Country Night on Sullivan's Island Tuesday night coming, a week from tomorrow. And chances are I won't be at Tommy Condon's that Wednesday, which is April the 8th. And there's two reasons why I shouldn't be at Tommy Condon's on April the 8th. And one of them is because of hand surgery, but the other one is because that's my anniversary for my wife. It's the anniversary of our first date. 51 years ago, we had our first date. We went to Atlanta, Georgia, to hear a classical guitar player. What was her name, Cherry? Leona Boyd. Leona Boyd, famous classical guitar player. Beautiful young lady, too. Because she was young then, so was I. But there you go. Palapa Joe wants to hear Roots and Wings. I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you now. See if I can remember how it starts. Written by my friends Ed Honeycutt, Tom Tierney, and Bob Kitchens. My daddy was rooted in tradition, raised us children that way. Said you need roots, build a strong foundation, stand on your own one day. Mama was full of wit and wisdom, taught us to set our sights high. Said the world is yours for the taking, so spread your wings and fly. They gave me wings to fly high above the clouds, roots to keep my feet on the ground. No matter what tomorrow may bring, I thank God for their love and the gift of roots and wings. I remember the day I was leaving. A tear fell from my mama's eye. But I said, no, no, now, don't you worry. This is farewell, not goodbye. You gave me wings to fly high above the clouds, roots to keep my feet on the ground. No matter what tomorrow may bring, for their love and the gift of roots and wings. Sometimes I feel like a drifter, not knowing where this road ends. But there's comfort to know when I get weary, there's a place here I can go back to again. They gave me wings to fly high above the clouds, keep my feet on the ground. No matter what tomorrow may bring, I thank God for their love and the gift of roots and wings. Roots and wings. My request. Roots and Wings. I need to quit singing these mama songs. Holy moly.
I got to let this go.
Yeah. My wife said that just it's not working. The YouTube is just not. And you know, we need to switch phones and not now, but test it again the other way around and this and that.
We will.
We had our device did a big old update and it kind of updated us.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll see what happens.
Yet I went and listened to it on TV, and it was
Yeah, you did, yeah.
horrible.
Oh, good.
There was 4 people watching, and 1 was me.
Yeah. Well, that's the way it is when it sounds terrible. You tune away.
Yeah.
I get that.
Oh yeah.
Here's a little song from Scotland. These are my mountains, this is my glen, the braes of my childhood will know me again. No lands ever claimed me, though far I did roam. These are my mountains, and I'm coming home. For fame and for fortune travel the earth. Now I've returned to this land of my birth. I brought back my treasures, but only to find they were less than the pleasures I first left behind. These are my mountains, this is my glen, the braes of my childhood will know me again. No lands ever claimed me, far I did roam. These are my mountains, and I'm coming home. Kind faces will meet me, welcome me in. How they will greet me, the ain't kith and kin. This night by the fireside, old songs will be sung, and at last I'll be hearing the ain't mother tongue. These are my mountains, this is my glen, the braes of my childhood will know me again. No lands ever claimed me, though far I did roam. These are my mountains, and I'm coming home. These are my mountains, and I'm coming home. There's a lady out in Colorado, can't wait to hear this song. Come over the hills, bonny Irish lass. Come over the hills to your darling. You choose the road, love, and I'll take the vow, and I'll be your true love forever. And in yonder garden grows, fair as a lily of the valley, clear is the water that flows from the Boyne. My love is fairer than any. It was down by Killarney's green woods that we strayed, and the moon and stars shining, and the moon shone its rays on her locks of golden hair, and she swore she'd be my love forever. Red is the rose that in yonder garden grows, fair as a lily parts in it. My sister teach, 'tis not for the grief. My mother, 'tis all for the loss of my bonny Irish lass. And my heart is breaking forever. Red is the rose that in yonder garden grows, fair as a lily of the valley, clear is the water that flows from the point of my love, fairer than any. I had another idea, but it won't come to me. It won't come to me. When you get old, the song lyrics don't just pop back up. Like my wife was explaining to me how your cells don't regenerate themselves quickly enough, or some kind of such as that.
What song?
And that very well may be the case. I know one thing: AGE, old age is it takes its it makes its mark.
What's your song?
All of these songs that I used to bring up all the time and do all the time won't necessarily just come right up. I hear a rooster crowing. It's a frosty morning. I can almost see the sign, rolling so fast I can't stop. I'm just a stone's throw from Blue Rock, heading for South Carolina. You don't need a map to get there. There from anywhere when you're going in your head. I see the arms out reaching like the morning I was leaving. It's been so many years. Let me get on Frisco Silver Dollar Line, take my time, see all I can see. Fiddler rosin up your bowl, and we'll have our own Smoky Mountain Jubilee. I hear a rooster crowing. It's a frosty morning. I can almost see the smiles, rolling so fast I can't stop. I'm a stone's throw from Blowing Rock, headed for South Carolina. Let me get on Frisco Silver Dollar Line, take my time, see all I can see. Fiddler rosin up your bowl, and we'll have our own Smoky Mountain Jubilee. If I can't be your favorite son, I'll be your prodigal one. I've been gone too long. Oh, how the years have flown by, and how I now realize how much of me is gone. they get on. Frisco silver dollar line, and take my time, see all I can see. Fiddler rising up your bow, and we'll have our own Smoky Mountain Jubilee. Smoky Mountain Jubilee. I recorded that way back. It was done by the Oak Ridge Boys, believe it or not, and it's a stone's throw from Little Rock, but I said a stone's throw from Blowing Rock, and it's Ozark Mountain Jubilee, but I changed it to Smoky Mountain Jubilee just because that's where I am. And so far they hadn't sued me for it.
No, I remember I put it in there and they couldn't find it.
Yeah, they couldn't find it on the, but at the same time we did send them a check, so so it shouldn't. We shouldn't have to worry about it too much. The check's in the mail. Sang that one all the time back in the day too on those Sunday nights. Cheers, friends, cheers. I was in Nashville, Tennessee from the late 70s until sometime in the early 80s. And when our company went bust, I was running a publishing company, the recording studio and a publishing company. But I had a record that we recorded there, and it was supposed to be a big old hit, but it never did become a big old hit by Ned. And by that time, our company was struggling, and the 1980 interest rates went to 20%. The prime rate was 20 or something percent, and we had loans at the bank above 1% or 2% above prime. And so the bottom line is everybody had to go get something else to do, go get a job, go do this, go do that. We shut the whole thing down. But the single that we tried to push, and I went all over the American South visiting radio stations to see if they would play it for us, was a song that I wrote with my friends Cliff Williamson and Marcus. A song called Footloose and Nancy Free. This was my one big crack at it, and it never happened, but still a song I think is well written. Nancy Hirth was her name. She sang on the record. She was gracious enough to come in after breaking up with Cliff. She was gracious enough to come into the studio and sing the high part on the record. It's called Footloose and Nancy Free. Nancy never liked this crazy life I lead. She said, get a regular job and settle down. But I'm settled down now as much as I will ever be. I should have seen it coming. Nancy was leaving me, and I put loose and Nancy free. Lonely and wild as I can be. I'd be with her now if it was up to me, but I'm footloose and Nancy free. Nancy always was the kind of a woman a man spends a lifetime looking for. One morning we woke up and found we had different dreams, and I believe she really loved me, but it's all over now. And I'm footloose and Nancy free, lonely and wild as I can be. be with her now if it was up to me, but I'm footloose and Nancy free. There's no way to compromise. It's all truth or it's all lies. It was good love we had, but I don't need to feel good that bad. And I'm footloose and Nancy free. Lonely and wild as I can be. I'd be with her now if it was up to me, but I'm footloose and Nancy free. Footloose and Nancy free. Footloose. Footloose and Nancy free. Those were the days, aiming for the stars. And you know, no matter how high you aim, you land somewhere. And you know, I landed in running a radio station in Tennessee and running a radio station in Georgia and running a recording studio in Charleston. But I also landed with a good wife 50 plus years ago, and she stuck with me through all of that malarkey that I did and all the other malarkey that I did. And you know, when you're depressed, and of course I am, then you sit around thinking, as Dan says in his song, thinking of all the times I was wrong. Streets of town are empty now, everybody's away. I staggered off to face the night alone. I heard somebody whisper, so it must have called your name. Tonight I know you won't be coming home. I guess I saw it coming a little more each day. Somehow I always knew this night would come. I know you need to run, but don't get lost along the way. Don't ever think you can't just come back home. On the darkest side of heaven, in the coldest part of hell, the backside of forever, there's a place called time will tell. There's nothing to do but cut it loose and bid your love Godspeed. Pray someday you come back home. I think about you often. I remember everything. I think of all the times I was wrong. One night you might slip into some bar to hear me sing, and you'll see that I have loved you all along. On the darkest side of heaven, in the coldest part of hell, the backside of forever, there's a place called time will tell. There's nothing to do, cut it loose, bid your love Godspeed. Pray someday you come back home. Oh, and if you're ever lonesome out there on your lost highway, and if you ever long for my embrace, I hope you'll find the courage to steer your star my way. I'll be here waiting for you, just in case. On the darkest side of heaven, in the coldest part of hell, the backside of forever, there's a place called time will tell. There's nothing to do but cut it loose, bid your love Godspeed. Pray someday you come back home. Pray someday you come back home. place called Time Will Tell. Thank you, Steve Madden, for helping us name that song. Steve Madden, my buddy in Anderson, South Carolina. I've been trying to get back on up there in Anderson, but it ain't working out, Steve. Sorry about that. One of these days, maybe, I don't know, who knows. And, you know, I was going to try to play that place in Belton, which is near you, and then it went out of business. Oh, boy. They come, they go. Sláinte. I always introduce this song by saying, in the old days in Ireland, it was inappropriate for a lady in a public house to have a whiskey. It was considered inappropriate for a lady to have a whiskey in a public house. But if she was celebrating something very special, there might appear in her teacup a spot of whiskey. So this is a song that says, when the boys come rolling home, they'll be rolling in the hay and whiskey in the tay, whiskey in the tea, whiskey in the tay. Sang this last night from my buddy the Rogue, and I learned it from Tom O'Carroll, who's now in Boston, Massachusetts. From Dublin City, man. Tom O'Carroll, my good buddy. They'll be dancing, romancing, nevermore will roam. They'll be rolling in the hay, whiskey in the tay, when the boys come rolling home. I always will remember well the day we went away, sailing out of Belfast in the morning. Our hopes are on tomorrow, we kiss the girls farewell, dreams are on the day of our return. They'll be dancing, romancing, nevermore will roam. We'll be rolling in the hay, whiskey in the tay, when the boys come rolling home. Why we safely crossed the ocean to New York City Fair, spite the wind and rain and stormy weather. We all sat down and drank a glass, wished each other well, swore we'd all return again together. They'll be dancing, romancing, nevermore will roam. They'll be rolling in the hay, whiskey in the tay, when the boys come rolling. Oh, Joey went to Boston, Sam to Buffalo, Patch went all the way to California. I used to get some letters, but that was long ago. They always spoke of Ireland and returning. They'll be dancing, romancing, nevermore will roam. They'll be rolling in the hay, whiskey in the tay, when the boys come rolling. Oh, I must be over 90. Oh, David Walsh must be over 90 now. Grandson's by the bed, here in Chicago and still scheming. He says he'll take me home and rest my weary head, and I'll leave to him a legacy of dreaming. They'll be dancing, romancing, nevermore will roam. They'll be rolling in the hay, whiskey in the tay, when the boys come rolling. When the boys come rolling. Sang that one last night in Savannah, Georgia, and I had a few other requests too, and I shall sing another one that I did last night in Savannah, Georgia. And by the way, I won't be singing anywhere tomorrow night. I'm going to be home sleeping with my own wife tomorrow night. Out of Nashville, Tennessee, a guy who wrote a song called Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue. Great songwriter, and became a friend of ours because he had a place in Charleston on the island down there. And Richard Lee is his name, L-E-I-G-H, Richard Lee. He's had 8 or 9 #1 songs over the years. Great songwriter and a lovely man, a lovely friend, and still comes down to see us at the beach sometimes. But he was an orphan as a child, and he wrote a song called Innocence, and we subtitled it The Immigrant Song. And I pitched it to my friend Harry O'Donoghue when we were doing a project in Charleston, and he recorded it, and it just went on from there, where we now get requests for it all the time. It's called Innocence or the Immigrant Song. Thank you guys for being with us. Just one or two more songs and I'll get out of your hair. Steel mill sky was ablaze with fire as I made my way down Main Street past the burning tires of the old junk cars with their windows out. I was off to seek the fortune I had dreamed about. I was so innocent, just a young immigrant. I was on my way to search for America. But all I found was me down in New Orleans, where the girls, they danced on tables right into my dreams, while an old black man played the slide guitar. That lady of the city, she took me in her arms, and I was so innocent, just a young immigrant. I was on my way to search for America. I was so lost, I knew I'd find it. I was so broke, I didn't mind it. I was on my way to search for America. I was so lost, I knew I'd find it. I was so broke, I didn't mind it. I was on my way to search for America. Well, the story ends, so we're told. The young man finds out streets aren't paved with gold, but that's not quite true. But lately in my dreams, they shine just like they used to down in New Orleans, and I was so innocent, just a young immigrant. I was on my way to search for America. I was so lost, I knew I'd find it. I was so broke, I didn't mind it. I was on my way to search for America. I was so lost, I knew I'd find it. I was so broke, I didn't mind it. I was on my way to search for America. Innocence, or the Immigrant Song. We had some folks in from Boston, Massachusetts last night in Savannah, and they wanted to hear Charlie on the MTA. Ah, moly. Everybody knows that song, but I didn't play it for them. No, I didn't. Because it has now been rewritten. It is now Charlie and the TSA. I will do this one, and we'll get ourselves out of here, guys. Sláinte. Very familiar song. Charlie on the MTA, of course, was done by the Kingston Trio. And the MTA is the Metropolitan Transit Authority. And the story is about a guy who got on the train, but he didn't have a nickel to get back off the train, so he was stuck on the train, went round and round and round. And it's a fun song and a funny song. And it has now been rewritten to be Charlie and the TSA instead of the MTA. Hopefully TSA is getting in better shape these days. Well, I'll tell you a story about a man named Charlie flying out of JFK. He was 2 hours early before he could get boarded. He had to pass through the TSA. Charlie waited there in line. There it was a sign told him all the things he better not do. Unbeknownst to Charlie, they had changed all the restrictions. He was packing too much shampoo. Did he ever return? No, he never returned. And his fate is still unknown. Charlie missed his flight, and he's gonna miss the next one. He's a man who never returned. They fingerprinted Charlie. He was lie detected, and they pulled his credit score up. His driver's license and his passport, his high school transcript, and they made him pee in a cup. They strip searched Charlie every body cavity, and they tested his DNA. Charlie asked for his lawyer. They said, "Sorry, Charlie. You can call him from Guantanamo Bay." Did he ever return? No, he never returned. Fate is still unknown. Charlie missed his flight, and he's gonna miss the next one. He's a man who never returned. All you citizens who fly, you better heed this warning. You know the moral is very plain. Next time you travel, remember the story about old Charlie. Might be faster just to take the damn train. Did he ever return? No, he never returned. Fate is still unknown. Now they've transferred Charlie to an undisclosed location. He's a man who never returned. That's one of my wife's favorite songs right there. You can see the gleam in her eye over there across her room. She gave me that gleaming eye with the hairy eyeball. One last song, friends. Thank you so much for being with us. I've enjoyed it. I see trees green, red roses too. See them bloom for me, for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And the colors of the rainbow, pretty in the sky, also in the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, and I'll watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Rainbow, pretty in the sky, also in the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, and I'll watch them grow. They'll learn more about freaking smartphones than we will ever I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, yeah. Thank you, friends. I'm going to take a break. It's going to be a long one. Friends, it is a wonderful world. We have a lot of trouble in the world, but guess what? Look at the bright side and turn off your social media and your television. Look at the bright side and say hello to your neighbors. Bless each other and do good. Thank you, friends. We'll see you next time. Sláinte.